Hello student, myself Nimesh Pravakar. Welcome to Antenna and Propagation lecture series. In my previous lecture, I start new chapter number 5, loop antenna. And in that lecture, we have discussed the introduction of the loop antenna. Now, in this lecture, we first discuss about the comparison of small loop and short dipole. Then we discuss about the far field of the short magnetic dipole. And last we discuss about the general case of the loop antenna. So now we start first one, comparison of the small loop and the short dipole. A small loop can be considered as equivalent to a short magnetic dipole. Thus, a small loop of the area A carrying current I can be replaced by a short magnetic dipole of length L and carrying 50 degrees magnetic current Im as shown in the figure. Let Qm be the pole strength at each end of the magnetic dipole. Then the magnetic dipole moment is Qm into L. That is the multiplication of the Qm into length L. So we can write as a Im is equals to minus nu d by dt into Qm. Here this Im is nothing but the Im0 e raised to j omega t. Now the equation number 1 we can written as Im0 e raised to j omega t into dt is equals to minus nu dqm. Now we take the integration in the both the side. So we integrate in the both the side. So we get the Im0 integration e raised to j omega t into d with respect to dt, and the minus nu is the constant, so we take and integration with respect to qdm. So when we solve this equation, so we get the Im0, the integration of e raised to j omega t is nothing but e raised to j omega t upon j omega, and in the right hand side minus nu, and the integration of the dqm is nothing but the qm. So we can write this equation as the qm is equals to minus Im j omega nu. The magnetic moment of a loop is I into A, where the A is small loop area and I is the uniform phase current. Hence, equating this magnetic moment with the magnetic moment of the short magnetic dipole given by Qm dot L. Hence, we can write Qm dot L is equals to I dot A. Now, we can write the value of the value in this equation. So we get the minus Im j omega nu into L is equals to I into A. Now we can write this equation like this, like Im dot L is equals to minus j omega nu into Ia. And we know that the omega is nothing but the 2 pi f. So we have just placed the value of the omega. So we get the Im dot L is equals to minus j. Instead of omega, we have write the 2 pi f nu I into A. Now we multiplying the numerator and the denominator by the lambda on the right hand side. So we multiply the lambda in the denominator and in the numerator. So rearranging the term on the right hand side, so we can write the right hand side term as the Im dot L is equals to minus j in the bracket f into lambda, and we have taken the 2 pi and the lambda and nu Ia. Now we know that the f into lambda, that means the f, the frequency wave frequency, and lambda value is nothing but the 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, and the value of the nu, we know that the 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. So putting the value of the f into lambda and c, we get Im dot L is equals to minus j 2 pi by lambda c nu into Ia. Now putting the value of c and nu, we get the Im dot L is equals to minus j 2 pi by lambda, and we have the value of the c is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8, and the value of the nu is a 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. So when we solve this equation, we get Im dot L is equals to minus j 240 pi square I into A upon lambda. In the reiterated form, the equation can be written as Im into L equals to minus j 240 pi square upon lambda into I dot A, where the Im is the Im0 e raised to j omega t minus r by c, and I is I0 e raised to j omega t minus r by c. Equation number 4 and 5 represent the equivalence of the magnetic dipole of the length L carrying current Im. Now we discuss about the far field of the short magnetic dipole. The method of calculating the far field of short magnetic dipole is very much similar to that used for the electric dipole. Instead of electric current I, let us consider fictitious magnetic current Im and replace the electric field E by the magnetic field H. Then the magnetic dipole and retarded magnetic vector potential of the magnetic current is given by F is equals to nu upon 4 pi triple integration Im by R dV. Let us consider only Z component of the F is present. Then we can write this equation as F is equals to F Z Az. So we can write the Az nu upon 4 pi integration with respect to minus L by 2 to L by 2, the integration of Im by R dz. So we can write this equation as Fz nu upon 4 pi is a constant, so we take, and the integration of the minus L by 2 to L by 2 Im0 e raised to j omega t minus R by c upon R dz. So now the 2 nu Im0 4 pi, and the integration we have changed the limit 0 to L by 2 e raised to j omega t minus R by c upon R dz. So when we simplify this equation, we can write this equation as like a nu Im0 e raised to j t minus R by c upon 2 pi R, and we take the integration of the dz 0 to L by 2 dz. So the integration of dz is nothing but the z, and the limit is the L by 2 to 0, and constant term is a nu Im0 e raised to j omega t minus R by c upon 2 pi R. So L by 2, we when we solve this limit term, so we get the only L. So finally we get the Fz is equals to nu Im0 e raised to j omega t minus R by c upon 2 pi R into L. The plane difference is neglected, and the integral is treated as a constant if the R is greater than L. That means the R is very greater than compared to the length L, and the lambda is greater than L. So then the electric field can be obtained from the retarded magnetic potential using the relation E is equals to 1 upon nu del cross F. Thus, resolving the Fz into the spherical coordinate and taking the curl as given in the equation number 2, the component E phi is obtained as E phi is equals to Im dot L sin theta upon 4 pi j omega upon Cr plus 1 upon R square. for a large distance, the second term in the above equation, that means in this equation, can be neglected, and hence finally we get E phi is equals to j im dot L sin theta upon 4 pi into CR. So E phi is equals to, we can write this equation as j im L sin theta, and instead of the omega we have write the 2 pi f 4 pi f lambda, instead of the c we have write the f dot lambda, f into lambda into r. So we get the E phi is equals to j im L sin theta, and when we solve this equation, so we get the 2 lambda into r. Now far magnetic field is given by S theta is equals to j im L sin theta 240 pi lambda into r. So the S theta we can write as a pi ai upon r lambda square into sin theta, and we can also write the E phi as 120 pi square ai r into lambda square into sin theta. Above equation represent the far field in a plane perpendicular to a small loop of area A carrying current I. Now we comparison of the small loop and short dipole. So here this is the table. So in the second row we have second column we have the small loop antenna, and here this is the short dipole. So electric field equation for the small loop antenna is E phi is equals to 120 pi square ai r by lambda square sin theta, and same as for the short dipole the electric field is the E theta is equals to j 60 pi li r lambda into sin theta, and same as for the magnetic component, that means for the magnetic field the small loop antenna is represented as the S theta is equals to pi a I upon r lambda square into sin theta, and for the short dipole S phi is equals to j L I sin theta upon r lambda r. Now general case for the loop antenna. So here consider a loop antenna with the uniform in phase current and the size not small but comparable with the one wavelength. So the length of the antenna is the one wavelength here we assume. Assuming that the current uniform along the loop, the far field expression can be obtained by finding the vector potential of the electric current. To find the vector potential, consider the first a pair of the short dipole placed diametrically opposite to each other. As the current is confined to the loop, the vector potential will have only phi component, while the component in the r and theta direction will be 0. The infinitesimal value of the phi component of vector potential A at the point P due to the diametrically opposite infinitesimal dipole is given by d a phi is equals to nu dm upon 4 pi r, where the dm is indicate the current moment due to the pair of the infinitesimal dipole. In the phi is equals to 0 plane, the phi component of the related current due to the one dipole is I ad phi cos phi, where the I is nothing but the I0 e raised to j omega t minus RC, and I0 is the peak current. Now we consider the cross section through the loop in axial plane as shown in the figure. From this figure we can write the resultant moment at the large distance r due to a pair of diametrically opposed dipole is given by dm is equals to j 2i AD phi cos phi sin psi by 2. Here the psi is the phase angle and the value for this is the 2 beta A cos phi into sin theta. Substituting the value of the phase angle in the dm equation, we can write that dm is equals to j 2i AD phi cos phi sin 2 beta A cos phi sin phi by 2. Now we can solve this equation. So we write the dm is equal to j 2i AD phi cos phi sin the instead of the we can write the beta A 2 is cut cos phi into sin theta. Now we substitute the value of the dm in equation number 1 and integrate both the sides with respect to corresponding variable. So here we have put the value of the dm. So and the integration we have taken. So we can in the left hand side the integration of the dA phi is nothing but the A phi, and in the right hand side we have take the common nu j 2i A upon 4 pi r, and integration with respect to phi is equals to 0 to pi sin beta A cos phi sin theta cos phi d phi. So we can write, now we try to solve this equation. So nu j I A 2 pi r phi is equals to 0 to pi sin beta A cos phi sin theta cos phi d phi. So A phi is equals to nu j I A upon 2 pi r j1 beta A sin theta, and here this j1 beta A sin theta is the Bessel function. The far electric field of the loop consists only the phi component, and it is given by E phi is equals to j omega A phi. Substituting the value of A phi in equation number 4, so we have the value of the A phi. So now just we put the value in this equation. So we get the E phi is equals to minus j omega nu j I A upon 2r into j1 beta A sin theta. So now we try to solve this equation. So we can write this equation as the E phi is equals to minus j square I omega nu A into upon 2r j1 beta A sin theta. But we know that the j square is nothing but the minus 1. And we can also write the minus j square is the plus 1. And the value of omega is the 2 pi f. So we get the E phi is equals to I 2 pi f nu A upon 2r j1 beta A sin theta. Now we multiplying the numerator and denominator by and combining with f in the numerator. So we get the, here we multiply and divide by the lambda. So we can write this equation as a 2 pi by lambda I f lambda nu A upon 2r into j1 beta A sin theta. But we know that f into lambda is nothing but the c, and the value of the c is the 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter by second, and the value of the nu is the nu 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. So when we put this value, we can write the equation as 2 pi by lambda I, and instead of the f into lambda, we have put the value c 3 into 10 raised to 8, and the value of the nu is the 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 into A upon 2r, and the Bessel function j1 beta A sin theta. So when we solve, we get the E phi is equals to 60 pi beta A I j1 beta A sin theta by r. The corresponding magnetic field component is S phi is equals to, we know that the relation between the magnetic and electric field component. So we can write the S theta is equals to E phi upon eta 0, and the value of the eta 0 is nothing but the 120 pi. So we have the value of the E phi 60 pi beta A I j1 beta A sin theta upon r, and the value of the eta 0 is the 120 pi. So when we solve this, we get the S theta is equals to beta A into I j1 beta A sin theta upon 2r. As beta is the constant for the loop of any size, the shape of far field is function of J1 C lambda sine theta. So here the C lambda is nothing but the beta A, and the value of beta is a 2 pi by lambda. So pi 2a upon lambda is nothing but the C by lambda. C is equals to pi into 2a. That means the circumference of the loop. Now we consider the theta is equals to 90 degree. So J1 beta A sine theta is equals to J1 C lambda. Instead of the beta A, we have like the C lambda sine theta. And we can also write the J1 C by lambda sine 90. Sine 90, we know that the value of the sine 90. So finally we get this J1 is equals J1 into C by lambda. And for the theta is equals to 0 degree. So when we put the sine theta is equals to 0, we know that sine 0 is the nothing but the 0. So we get the 0. Now the field pattern chart for the circular loop antenna with the uniform current is shown in the figure. And the relevant field intensity in the direction of theta is equals to 90 degree is about 0.285. The theta decreases, the field intensity rises, and reaches the maximum value of 0.584 at theta is equals to 36 degree. As the theta decreases, the field intensity also decreases and becomes the 0 at theta is equals to 0. So in this lecture, we discuss about the comparison of the small loop and short dipole. Then we discuss about the far field of short magnetic dipole. And last we discuss about the general case of loop antenna. Thank you.